As the time passes by, we rely on technology more and more, and having the best and the most affordable equipment is extremely crucial in order to get your job done. Given the high degree of competition, it becomes even more difficult to choose the right tech for your needs. Hey guys, how's it going? This is George from TechLunar.com, and the time has finally arrived for another product recommendation, and this time looking at the Rapoo WebCam XW2K. So, let's have a look. Alright, so question of the day, what's the number one thing I'm gonna look for when I'm considering to buy a new webcam? That's right, it's always gonna be the quality of the image. So how good do I look when I'm talking with friends, with colleagues, or when I take online classes? And that's why Rapoo is bringing you with a Full HD resolution 1440 by 2560p together with an 85-degree wide-angle view. On top of that, it also brings you with a noise cancellation microphone sounding like this, which in my opinion has a slightly better audio quality compared to other cameras I have seen. Looking at the base of the camera, it comes with multiple openings which allow it to have a better and more stable position regardless of the thickness of your screen. You may notice that the pads are shiny, but they're actually stickers, and if you remove them, this is going to add an additional friction when you position it on the top of your display. Furthermore, it's also important to say that the camera can rotate 360 degrees, but keep in mind that it cannot move up and down. So it cannot rotate on the X or Y axis, but only on the Z axis rotationally. In case you are worried about your privacy, just like me, then you can always go ahead and slide to the left the front HD cover in order to hide the camera, which implies that you don't need to use any stickers or zero tapes to hide the camera manually. Something you guys have been waiting for is to go ahead and live test this camera and see what the quality looks like in different lighting conditions in my room. Okay, so this is demo number one, and as you can see, the room is a bit messy. I have so many boxes back there, and this is gonna be a demo with mid lighting conditions because we don't really get too much light in this room. You may notice another camera on the top right. This is recorded through my iPhone XR, and this is going to be a good idea for you guys if you never used a webcam before, just to get a bit of perspective of how the quality of a webcam compares to the front-facing camera of your typical mobile phone. And as you can see, the windows back there are actually open, so we can allow some light to come in. Now I'm going to go ahead and close those windows and see how the quality compares. Okay, so now with closed windows, as you can see, there's a bit more noise going on. In terms of lighting conditions, I think tries to do a good balance because this is another feature that the camera has. There's a small software which calibrates the lighting conditions between you and your background. So now I'm gonna go ahead and turn on my desktop light and see how this feature behaves. Okay, so as you can see, it's better right now. I have more light in front of me, and my friends or the other person can see me better. Maybe a little bit adjusting the light in the background just for my whole face to be visible instead of like having shadows in my face. That looks good. And regarding the light calibration feature, I'm gonna put my hand right close to the camera so you can see how the light from the windows changes. So putting the hand closer, you can see that there's more light flashing from the windows. I'm gonna remove it, and as you can see, like the light becomes dimmer on the windows. So this is the power of this lighting feature. You may notice that the lighting balance is better on the iPhone over there, but with a Rapoo camera, it's still very good for the other person to see you in details. Now, still on the same demo, you may notice a change on my voice, and that's because right now we switched to the built-in microphone of the Rapoo webcam. You may notice that the voice is slightly flatter than the previous microphone. And by the way, if you're curious, I am using a Yeti microphone when I record videos. And now we're still using the webcam built-in microphone, but I've put a random video found on YouTube with some background noise. And this is pretending that we are right now on the cafe. You're trying to have a meeting on the cafe, though the noise will be louder over there. But it's still like a good indication of how I sound like and how much you're able to understand me. I'm able to understand myself pretty good. Although when it comes to formal meetings, it's best to have a quieter background to have a much better experience. For the last demo, we're going to have a look on how the webcam looks like in darker conditions like these. And we only have artificial light such as my desktop lamp. And of course, I have to lower the light a bit more so it doesn't create this too much exposure on my face, as you can see. And even with not too much light, I still look alright, like the other person will still be able to see me. And that's the goal. We have to be able to look good when we're having any of those calls. Now you may see there's a lamp on the ceiling back there. So we're gonna go ahead and turn this on in order to see how the scene looks like. Okay, so as you can see, the overall scene is very bright. The camera managed to do like some good light balancing in the room. There is some exposure over there, but if I move my head, as you can see, like still stays there, doesn't really do much, but my head is still pretty much visible. It doesn't really does any much exposure right here on my hair basically. And so now I'm going to turn on the desktop light back on and see how the conditions change. Okay, so as you can see, all the lights are turned on. As you can see, there's not too much exposure on my face. Still look alright. Maybe better because I have the light turned on, so the other person will be able to see me better. The exposure on the wall is still there, even if I move my head. And by the way, even if I move my head like close to the exposure, I still look okay. Like, doesn't create this exposure around my head, which is really, really good. And even if I change the light, maybe make it brighter, it creates more exposure. And even if I do it darker, it's gonna like create more exposure on the wall. Something that we don't really want, so we need to, increase the light in the desk so we can create less exposure in the background and create better lighting balance in the room. In the end, I'm a big fan of this webcam, and personally, because I've been using an old one since 2015, I think this is gonna be a great update, especially while having only to spend $40 if you're in the US, up to £50 sterling if you live here in the UK. The webcam is available in multiple retail stores, and for this video specifically, the product is available on Amazon with the links down in the description. That's everything that you had to know about the Rapoo XW2K webcam. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit the like button if you like this video. Don't forget to drop a comment if you have any questions from this webcam, and I'll make sure to answer as soon as possible. Don't forget to share this with your friends in case they are looking for webcams and they're overwhelmed with so many choices. And finally, the most important thing, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell right next to it in order to be the first to receive our latest updates. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'm gonna see you in my next video.